At long last, we have all of the energy cells in our possession, despite that one Umbrio being a real pain to find right there. But now that we have all 7 remaining energy cells in our possession, it's time to go and hunt down the secrets on the Valhalla here. Now, we made a bit of progress with this the first time we came by, but we did find energy cell blockades, or obstructions, or whatever you want to call it along the way right there. So we weren't able to go through, we weren't able to explore the whole thing. But now we've got all of them, so we can explore the whole thing, get those access codes, and maybe even find a secret or two. And you know, I didn't really think about it. It's nice how, in our hunt for the energy cells, we come across bosses that we've seen before, like the Metroid Hatcher and that Steambot, but because we have the most powerful beam being the Nova Beam and the X-Ray Visor, we were able to defeat them very easily, when they were kind of a pain to take down the first time, so it really gives you a sense of progression and power. How Samus has really become more powerful throughout the course of this game. Not just with the weapons, but also with the Phazon abilities as well. Because there's a lot of Phazon monsters around now. They're just kind of like the blue circle things. I don't know if I showed those off in the last episode, but they're kind of all over the place, and you can only take them down with the Phazon. Which is not a big deal because, now we have so much energy thanks to all of our energy tanks that we can just kind of continuously go in hyper mode and be okay. But yeah, just a nice, interesting little subtle tidbit right there to make you feel really strong. But okay, we're back aboard this thing. Our first visit here was pretty freaky. We found a lot of bodies around, a lot of monsters, a lot of dead stuff, so I see it in the background right there, so I'm not letting you guys take me down this time. Come on. Boy, you guys are just very difficult to hit over there, aren't you? And these two are gonna come... of course I get hit by one of them. All that effort and I still get hit by one of them. Okay, now I believe there was a diverging path coming up here. Something to our right and something to our left, and we explored the one on the right. Oh god. These guys were not here before, were they? Oh god, I think they were. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to do our best to take them down now. The ice missile's not really working unless they're diving at us. Okay, but a couple of charged Nova Beam shots seems to do the trick, and it's not too difficult to take them down, like 4 charged Nova Beam shots. Alright. Well, this one was 5, maybe I didn't charge it up all the way there, but okay. The Phazon Metroid's still kind of difficult to deal with, still takes a bit of time, but not super difficult to deal with. Oh yeah, the fact that these things can phase, I was kind of like looking up certain theories online about how Prime 3 connects to the rest of the series, Prime 1 in particular, because, there was a Leviathan there on Talon 4, and it had a Guardian and all that cool stuff. Maybe I'll talk about that in this episode if we're going through too much familiar territory, but it has to do with the Phazon Metroid and how it can phase in and out of reality. It's pretty interesting stuff, I'm not gonna lie. Were these things here before? I don't think they were. Miniroid. Combat rating negligible. Infant has not developed powers. So these are like baby Phazon Metroids, aren't they? I'm guessing there's some kind of Metroids there. Ooh, that's kind of weird. Okay, so what I actually want to do is go down this way first. I believe we found a room where we needed 2 energy cells. That, of course, we did not have at the time. That's kind of creepy. Little baby Phazon Metroids floating around. I don't think the Metroids were here when we first came here, too, unless I'm just severely mistaken, so... Yep, this is the room, alright. This is where we got, like, one of the hints for one of the energy cells. Let's go ahead and put these guys in. That's gonna be 1. That's gonna be 2. I'm guessing this is gonna, like, bring up a bridge. Yeah, there we go. Barely. Uh-oh. And these are... Phase-ings. Wall-crawling shapeshifter vulnerable to physical stress. Okay, guys, so I was going into theories right here. This is not one of them, but I kind of forgot about this. This is the Phase-ing. You'll remember the Ing, of course, were the main bad guys of Prime 2. And I always wondered, like, how did the Ing come out of a Leviathan? They're not really like a Phazon creature, but I think this explains it. Like, we know that Aether's atmosphere was pretty volatile, pretty special, and that when the Leviathan crashed, it didn't really do what Leviathans traditionally do. Okay, oh, I can suck the energy out of these things. It didn't do what Leviathans traditionally do and just take over like normal Aether, it created a dark Aether there. So the theory is that the Phase-ings came out of the Leviathan, and when they transitioned into Dark Aether due to Aether's unique atmosphere, they became the Ing that we know, and they actually are Phazon creatures right there. We actually have a missile expansion over here. So I guess we needed 2 energy cells just for missile expansion. That's kind of weird. Okay, that's cool though. I guess this is going to be the last hint too. I don't know if we really need them at this point. I think this counts towards the logbook, so it is kind of important, yeah. But we already got all the energy cells, so it's not a big deal. So yeah, that's the theory, that the phase ings became the regular ing that we know, and I want to make sure I'm not missing anything over there, and that's what happened when Dark Aether became a thing. And that, in fact, the Sky Temple in Dark Aether was the Leviathan that crashed, and the Emperor ing was its guardian there, so that's kind of how I think they like to tie Prime 3 into Prime 2 there. Oh, and this is a data book here, so we'll go ahead and get this out of the way. The Talon 4 Incident. Planet Talon 4, formerly a Chozo colony, was struck by a stellar object 50 years ago. Object was later determined to contain large quantities of Phazon. The Chozo were able to stave off the spread of Phazon at the cost of many Chozo lives. The survivors abandoned the planet, fleeing to an unknown location. Decades later, Hunter Samus Aran responded to a distress call in the sector and discovered a space pirate Phazon mining station there. Aran eliminated both the pirate and Phazon threat from the planet, though not without cost. So it looks like the Federation knew what was going on with Samus in Talon 4 right there. And yeah, that's the ship we saw crash earlier. So, okay, so the theory is that the Leviathan crashed into Talon 4, and that it used a, well, there's several theories there. I don't really know, like, how to spin it. And that it used a Metroid as its guardian for the Leviathan, of course. But we have to wonder, like, why wasn't there one of the weird Phazon cores there in the impact crater in Talon 4 in Prime 1? Well, I think the real answer to that is that the developers didn't really come up with it yet. Like, you know, I'm reasonable enough to know that's probably the real answer. But, you know, if we're going to try to dance around it with plot and canon and things like that, the theory is that the Metroid, because it's a highly adaptive life form, right? It's kind of unlike anything else in the galaxy, and it can just feed and feed and feed, is that the Leviathan and the Phazon core did choose a Metroid that the Chozo were experimenting on. I think one that they might have, you know, created back on Zebes or something like that and brought over to Talon 4 for whatever reason, is that the Leviathan took one of those Metroids, and that's how it became its guardian. I'm just stumbling over words here. Jesus Christ! Okay, can you please, like, wear off there? There we go. But that the Metroid was so hungry that it actually ate the Phazon core there, and it adapted to its ability to secrete Phazon. So the Metroid, which became Metroid Prime, essentially became kind of the Phazon core of the Leviathan that hit Talon 4. And that's why I think that's probably how you could spin the impact crater in Prime 1 being so weird when you compare it to all the Leviathans that we saw here in Prime 3. We've got another one of these guys right here. Go ahead and rip you off. But then some people ask the question, like, how could there have been Metroids on Talon 4? And I don't think it's too much of a stretch to assume, because we know the Chozo, of course, created the Metroids in order to combat the X. I don't think it's too far of a stretch to think that there may have been, like, a couple Metroids on Talon 4 that the Chozo might have been messing with, or maybe brought with them or something like that. But, others have theorized, I don't think it really could be possible, that the Metroid that became Metroid Prime was actually brought by the pirates whenever they came to Talon 4 to try and, you know, get the Phazon there and all that stuff. And I'm gonna have to go into hyper mode to beat you guys, aren't I? So the question there, then, is that if the Metroid came with the pirates, that was a long time after the Leviathan crashed onto Talon 4, and of course the Chozo had already created their protective barrier at that point, and the pirates couldn't get in, so how would a Metroid that the pirates brought have gotten in? Well, the theory for that, if we're not buying... Let me just check the map real quick to make sure I'm going the right way. The theory for that, if we're not buying that the Chozo already had Metroids on Talon 4, is that a Metroid brought by the pirates was able to adapt to the Phazon on Talon 4 and actually became a Phazon Metroid. And that because the Phazon Metroids have the phasing ability, they were able to... Please don't get corrupted. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. And that the Phazon Metroids were able to phase into the area where the Leviathan was because they were starving for Phazon so much, because, of course, they were a Phazon being at that point, and they wanted to get to the source of all Phazon. The Phazon Metroids were able to phase into that and find the Phazon core and suck all the Phazon out of that one, too. And that's how it became Metroid Prime. So, interesting stuff right there. The one hole in that one is that you would think the Leviathan, or the Seed, or whatever, when it crashed down to Talon 4, would have gotten a Guardian immediately, because the core can't really defend itself, right? But I guess if you want to say that, you could say that the Chozo were able to... Well, I could have fired an ice missile there. That the Chozo were able to seal up that Leviathan before it could call a Guardian forth. And then it was finally able to get a Guardian 50 years later, when the pirates actually brought the Metroids over. Okay, I don't know if that made much sense right there, but I just thought those were really cool theories, and I kind of wanted to get them out there, since we have been doing some backtracking here in the Valhalla. Okay, a lot of phasal Metroids here, a lot more than I remember. Thankfully, the Nova Beam here is getting the job done, so not too many problems on that front. Okay, we did it. I remember we had an energy cell door right here, but we also had a Seeker missile thing blocking our way as well, so we'll go ahead and take care of this guy first. And oh my god, rest in peace, buddy. Can't even scan you. Alright, we'll see which way this goes. A lot of branching paths here. I would imagine this way is kind of the extra path, though, because it's not protected by an energy cell door or whatever. Alright, come on, get in. And that looks like an energy... what is that? No, that's another hint for an energy cell. Okay. Yeah, I don't really need you. And what is this? System analysis complete. Power conduit is not energized. Flow capacity at 0. So I'm guessing we're gonna have to do something about that. Security shutter structural integrity is critical. An explosive blast could probably destroy it. Well, that's what the missiles are for. Then we got more of these guys down here. Alright. Alright, anyone else down here? Yep. I think we had another one. Just go ahead and get out of that before we start getting too corrupted. Oh man, there's one more. Don't go into hyper mode, please. Please don't go into hyper mode. These guys are... okay, we're just gonna have to go right back. I prematurely ended the hyper mode there. There's still tons of very, very tough enemies around. Okay, I think that'll do it. Okay. So what's gonna be down here? We have another lord here by the looks of it. This one is... oh no, this is just the Olympus-class battleship one that we read a long time ago. Weird. Energy generator offline, multiple power sources are needed to restore normal operations. These energy cells? These are energy cells. What in the world? This is... panel is sealed shut. Alright, let's tear this one off. I'm guessing this is going to reveal an energy... yep. So I guess we need energy cells this way, too. So maybe the other way was the extra way to go. Is there another one on this side, perhaps? Yep, there sure is. Okay, well, we're gonna have to scan it completely. Alright, let's get you off too. This makes me think we don't have too much further to go in the Valhalla here, because we are using energy cells pretty quickly. Oh, and that's an upgrade there. Hey, come back! I need that! Well, you have to chase down that guy. I don't guess I can get to those energy cells, huh? Yeah, power source is locked in place, so there's no getting those guys out. And that's something else for our logbook there, even though I screwed up the logbook a long time ago in, like, episode 3. Alright. Yeah, this place is a mess. Hey, come here, I need that! Ah, man, where's it going? Is it back here? Did I miss it? I noticed it went under me. I guess it went up this way and I didn't see it. There it is! Come here! This is funny. And there we go, we finally get a ship missile expansion. Again, don't know how useful that's going to be at this point, but I don't know if there's really another area where we're going to use our ship missiles that much. In fact, we kind of hardly used them as it was, so kind of an underutilized feature now that I'm thinking about it. Alright. Is this a dead end, or is this like... just loading? Yep, just loading. That's what I thought. Ow! Alright. Have we been in this room before? I think we may have been in this room before. Just not up here in the morph ball portion. Let's get past the dead carcass of a space pirate. And where, yes, we have been here before indeed. I think. Yes, we have. Okay, because we've explored all this before. Weapons cache, that's where I got the missile. So this spat is right back out here. So what was the point of that exactly? Oh yeah, so it just kind of did us the whole... I was kind of... I wasn't really, I was very disoriented right there, but it looks like that was just another very complicated way to get out. What? Oh, you guys respawned. Ugh. Let's take cover until this door opens! No, open up! Please open. They're coming for me. That one's in hyper mode. Open up, open up, open up! There we go. Okay. Yeah, I was just really disoriented, but it looks like that was just another upgrade that was locked behind a couple of energy cells. So, we did indeed go the correct way there. So now we're going to try the other way. Yep, through the airlock again. Although, I'd imagine there's not much air left in here. Like, how much air can there be to suck out? And now we'll go through this way. So this is energy cell number 5 that we used. There's only 2 more left that we have in our inventory, so we have to be getting close to the end. Oh, and I guess you would have to get all the energy cells. Oh, God, those guys respawn as well. Open up, open up, open up. No, 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 no. Come on. Oh, we made it. Whew. So I guess if you did kind of waste your energy cells on getting the upgrades, you would, you'd have to get them all, so that would be unfortunate, wouldn't it? Okay, let's go ahead and, like, suck the energy from you. So that's a good way to heal up. Can I just heal myself all the way? It doesn't look like it. But we can get a fair amount of health that way, so... Okay, so there's a Nova Beam door right there. I'm guessing that's the way we're gonna... God, that creeps me out every time. That's the way we have to go to progress. And this is just gonna be an energy tank here, so nice. For the Collectathon, I think we're only gonna have to get 1 energy tank. Yeah, there's only 1 more left. That's pretty awesome. It's probably because Prime 3 was a lot easier to get everything than, you know, usual. Than the other Prime games, I should say. But it is nice that just playing through the game, I got a lot of them. Oh, and of course I'm already at full health because of the energy tank. Stupid me. Alright. I think our final destination in the Valhalla is going to be right behind here. Or we're getting close at the very least. Oh, God. Fate worse than death for that guy. I'm going to kill this guy and then see if I can scan him up. He die. Yeah, because you see, these act just like the Ing, right? Except they don't exist on Dark Aether, of course, because we're not on Dark Aether. Alright, well, let's go ahead and see if we can scan this guy. Phazon has begun the process of absorbing this dead trooper's body. So this is just one big biohazard right here. Can you get off, please? What? Go away. What are these things? I've never even scanned these things before. I have. Phazon grubs. Yeah, they've never latched onto me like that before, though. Okay, I think you're just creating all this crap, aren't you? Stupid phasing. Go down. Why won't you die? Okay, I think we got him. And we also killed... Oh, man. Did I kill that trooper? Yeah, I did. May as well just put these poor guys out of their misery. I mean, they're already dead, so can they really feel any more misery, but... Debris covered with high amounts of Phazon records suggest that a weapon was detonated here. Yeah. I think a lot of weapons were detonated here. And not the good way, either. Not in the we're gonna win sort of way. Okay, come on. We need those access codes. Yeah, but it looks like this is gonna be the last place to put in our energy cells there. Now, of course, these were for a lot of energy cells that we just found pretty naturally by progressing through the plot. A lot of them weren't that difficult to find. It looks like something's covering them up. Security hatch unable to open. Control mechanism within wall has probably malfunctioned. Huh. I don't really know how to fix that. Maybe we have to go further. But I'm pretty sure that's where we're gonna have to put our last 2 energy cells, at the very least. Alright, that's where we can find more energy cells. Cool, cool. This shattered structure is all that remains of the tank that housed the ship's Aurora Unit. Oh. So the Aurora Unit is gone. Nowhere to be found. Unfortunate, man. Okay, well, I need to find a way to get deeper into this place. So, is this an elevator? Lift system is offline. Return power to the local stations to resume normal operations, but I'm not sure how to really do that. Let's keep scanning around. Walkway ramps locked. Yeah, it wants me to return power to everything. The ship's AU unit was connected into this platform. Debris suggests that it was forcibly removed. So they ripped the Aurora unit right out of here, it looks like. Okay, so maybe this is what I have to do to get those energy cells working. Security hatch control mechanism is malfunctioning. A strong blast could loosen a jam to pieces. There we go. Sounds like a job for a missile. Alright, let's go ahead and power this guy up. It's gonna be 1. And that's gonna be 2. That's all the energy cells we've got. Another Metroid hatcher, huh? Oh, you're not a problem at all. Watch, it only takes one shot. Oh, there we go. Good job. I love like, it's the whole scene like, there's something down there. And then the music comes up, and then just one shot in the brain later. That's pretty funny. I guess I was just missing on that one in Nori, and I just didn't hit it dead on. But okay, into the line for the Valhalla. Let's see what we've got through here. I can't think of anything else we really have to explore here. Oh god, more Metroids. They're dragging like pirates. I like that in Prime 2 when you saw like the Dark Talon, no, the Dark Aether Metroids, how they were like dragging space pirates away and crap like that. Pretty funny stuff. Come on, go down. Can't be too many more of you guys in here, huh? Oh, there's another one. God, they're everywhere. Well, we got plenty of energy here, and I think, like, the Metroid Hatcher was the only quote-unquote boss of this area. I say boss, you know, with quotations, because not much of a boss, but I don't really have to worry about energy from here on out. Because, like I said, I'm pretty sure the end of the line for the Valhalla is right in here. Come on. Lots of corpses around here. Oof. And what is this? Security code, huh? Well, I don't know a code for that one. Data backup terminal online. Enter the proper code to access the backup data files of the ship. I don't have that. Target was part of an energy generator system that fed power to the ship's Aurora Unit. Let's see if we can find those codes somehow. The model of PDA is commonly used by many Federation personnel. The current display reads 78356. Alright. 78356.
Data log entry 2467.3. This will be the last communication of the GFS Valhalla. Our efforts to repel the space pirate boarding force have failed. They have successfully removed the primary mounting structure around our stasis tank. It is obvious now that they intend to extract us from the Valhalla. It is vital that the Federation receive this transmission. Severing main power. A large bioform is creating a wormhole. Implant into sentient planet which is the source of all Phaser. Darkness coming.
That's an ominous message if I ever heard one. So they removed the Valhalla Aurora Unit, and the Aurora Unit knew that there was a planet that was the source of all Phazon, and all that stuff, but he's gone now. Looks like they got him, so... One more thing to do here in the Valhalla after that very, very ominous final data log, and that's to power up that guy. Did it work? And I'm guessing this is going to be our access codes for, the Leviathan back on the pirate homeworld. If I can not screw this up. And then the X. Alright, we got it.
The data you just acquired appears to be a space pirate Leviathan command code. It is likely that this code could allow us to control the Leviathan in orbit above the pirate home world. Find a way onto the Leviathan and use that code.
Alright, well we've already found a way in there, and we have fully explored the Valhalla right here. And man, that message, whew, I forgot how kind of menacing that was. It looks like we have one more data here before we can call it a day in the Valhalla too. The Anhur incident. Planet Aether, home of the Luminoth, was struck by a phazon meteor 5 decades ago. The impact had catastrophic effects on the already unstable planet, creating a dark twin of the planet and a dire race known as the Ing. A brutal war between the twin planets took place, with the Ing gaining the upper hand. The GFS Tyre went to the sector to investigate pirate activity, but were forced to make an emergency landing on Aether. Shortly after, the entire crew of the Tyr was attacked and annihilated by the Ing. Hunter Samus Aran was sent to investigate and wound up entrangled in the local conflict. Aran fought against both space pirates and Ing and arose victorious. Aether's dark twin vanished, taking with it the Ing horde, and the planet's peace was finally restored. After the Aether incident, the Federation sent the GFS Anher back to Aether to deal with the pirate base. Upon arrival, the crew and marines of the Anher assisted the native Luminoth in dismantling an abandoned space pirate mining facility. During the operation, the crew detected the presence of phazon. The ship's crew investigated and collected several kilograms of ore, which would later lead to the development of the PED. So it looks like everything's really coming together here. But there's only one thing to do before we get back to the Leviathan orbiting the pirate homeworld and we use our access codes, and that's collect everything in the game. So hope you guys are ready for that collect-a-thon, because I have 20 more pickups to get. And I don't think it's going to be as difficult as the previous Prime games, but it's been a while since I've seen this, but for the collect-a-thon, see you guys then.